and welcome to Soul Shined In. I'm Tracey. So we're at our next week of uninspired, the event for empaths, healers, earth angels. If you consider yourself a bit of a misfit, spiritual misfit, but you have a big heart and you want to heal the world or upgrade the world in some way, and I'm super glad you're here. We're working together to have more courage and confidence to bring our full selves, our full voices, and really step into what we're here to do. So together we're looking at what might be in the way of that and working to transform it and shift it. So if that is speaking to you, come on in, get cozy. I'm gonna light some cinnamon stick to purify our space, call in some protection and guidance. Create the space of transformation and insights and fun, freedom. Calling in our angels and allies. That smells so good. Okay, so smoke. All right, so the first thing we're going to do, we'll talk about our supplies. Loose paper, markers, water-soluble pencils or markers, and if you have watercolors or some water and a paintbrush or gouache, that'd be great too. So we're gonna fold our paper in half. So glad you're here. I hope you're doing very well, and you may even set an intention of what you want to get out of today. Today we're gonna go. The topic is about self-criticism and how that might be getting in the way or slowing you down. Alright, so we're folding it in half and half again, so we've got 4 sections. And we're just going to bring this paper, connect to it, bring it to your heart, and take some breaths and get present. Into your body. You may feel your feet on the floor. Let your shoulders drop a little bit. Relax your jaw. And honor yourself for taking this time for you. As we connect to the energy of nature with your paper. And you may even send some roots down from your tailbone or your feet, the bottom of your feet, the bottoms of your feet. Sending roots down, connecting deep. And with each breath you expand and bring them down deeper. And draw up that energy to support you right now so that you feel safe and protected and secure in exploring these things, these areas, and bringing things to light. Okay, so next we're going to label each of our sections. Just pick any color you want, and mind, body, heart, soul. We're just going to do mind, body, heart, soul. Label them. And it really doesn't matter where you put it in the square, honestly. So if you put it somewhere else, it's not going to mess anything up. Okay, so next we're going to draw a one-line face, or any kind of face, neck, shoulders you want to create. Let's see, what color do I want? I'll do this one. Actually, no, it's gonna do this one. Okay. I don't know if you can hear that, but they're cutting limbs behind the house. So if you're wondering what that noise is, or I apologize if it's disturbing you in any way. Alright, I'll do a neck and shoulders. Then once we get that, you can, if you want to straighten anything out or add some hair or add any other shapes to it, then you can do that. Go for it. Change up colors if you want. We're not going for perfection here. We're just creating a shape, a container, something to have dialogue with and allow your soul to communicate with you through shapes and words and images. So it's if it doesn't look like, like a true face or anything, don't worry about it. We're not trying to make anything. Well, I mean, I'm not telling you. If you can make it perfect if you want, but just know it's not required. And now the dog is barking. She can see them working in the back, and she doesn't like that. Okay. Alright, so now, pause this if you need more time, but we're going to move on to our writing portion. So we're going to talk about self-criticism. So that inner critic, that maybe mean voice that tells you you're doing it wrong, you're not good enough, whatever it may be. But we're going to tune into that critic and do some writing. So we're going to write in each section. Don't worry about if you can read it or what it looks like. It's really about purging and giving this inner critic voice, or how that feels, how you're noticing that it's getting in the way or slowing you down or making you feel something. And so, like for me, I was thinking earlier, excuse me, I was thinking earlier how I have this, if I notice that once I create something, and especially if it's a series like this, my critic tells me, oh, well, what you did, for example, last week, it was okay, but what you're going to do now is going to be better. So you're probably going to want to redo all that. So it's like my critic is always devalue, not always, but sometimes, will devalue what I've already created to sort of nudge me to do it again. And so I was noticing that today, like, oh, well, this I haven't even watched, I haven't watched them or anything. I don't know. I can't even say where this is coming from, except that it is a pattern that I've noticed in myself where I'm like, oh no, it's not good enough. Let me redo it, or I have more energy now, or the lighting's better, or whatever. So I should probably redo, all that. And so, but that's coming from that place of the critic. So that's something that I mean, just to let you know, I'm exploring all these areas in myself as well. Excuse me. That I'm not, anyway, yeah. So I'm going to set the timer and we're going to write for 5 minutes. And if you want more time, take it. Okay, so 5 minutes, write, just purge, just let it out. Don't have to worry about spelling or what it looks like. And just write what feels true, whether it's positive or negative, but don't overanalyze it. The invitation, I'm not telling you what to do, but the invitation is just to let it flow without making yourself look good or feeling good about it necessarily, but just letting out whatever the critic wants to say or how you feel about the critic. Anything that comes through, just trust that, it's working for you. Okay, 5 minutes. Okay, that's time. I'm sorry I didn't give like a 3-minute, 2-minute. I was just sort of in it myself and didn't even look up at the clock. But if you need more time, of course, take it, pause and take it. Make this your own. This is for you, okay? So, yeah, let's just take a moment. Let's take a breath after writing that. If you feel, just tune into your body. Do you feel like you need to stretch or shake, move your fingers or anything? Or do you feel like you need to do like a little bit of tapping? Come back into your, sort of regulate a little bit. I notice for me, when I'm writing this, it starts off like the mind has its own perception and voice, and the body, and like each one, and then usually the soul. Once I get to the soul, there's usually some sort of insight. It's interesting, but you may, sort of read over it and analyze what you got out of it. If there's one piece of wisdom or something that you want to remember, then that might be the thing that you write, above the head or on the forehead or in the hair or something like that. So let's just go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and put the words, the symbols, the images, anything that you want to add to the face. We'll take a few minutes and do that before we move into the water. So just letting your intuition guide you. And you may close your eyes for a moment, just see if there is, you can ask for a symbol. Is there a symbol that will help to support you in aligning these different messages and any energies to sort of bring it all together, where your critic is transformed to be more of an ally, that it's informing you, and then you decide without, like, it doesn't have to be mean. It can be, hey, did you remember to do this, or be mindful of this, without it being, shaming and cruel. And so that can be just a time you can take time to develop a relationship with the critic. And if the critic feels safe, because often what I've found is with these things that feel like a saboteur, they are just scared. They're just worried. And if you can listen to them, give them voice instead of like trying to get rid of them, but listen to them and ask them, what do you need? What are you worried about? And when they tell you, then you can address it. And then they can, then you can sort of use that energy, instead of it being worry energy that's sitting in your body as anxiety and you don't maybe even know why, that you can use that energy for more enthusiasm. So, okay. Okay, once you feel like you've gotten the words and the symbols, here's where I'm at right now, that you want, then we'll add the water to activate it. Just to kind of smudge the words together. The words, so what I do is just bring in the water over the markers to smudge it. You can do whatever you want. You can add colors or just use the markers that you have to let it blend in. So we're bringing them all together. They're all speaking to each other, communicating and letting the wisdom flow, coming into alignment. A little too much water on the paper here. It's really folding up on me. Hope that noise doesn't bother you. I don't know why I do that. Just like let's see. Just let your intuition guide you what colors you want to add, or filling in any more on your paper. Okay, and then next we'll add a prayer or a request, petition, whatever word you want to think of it. And so this is where you'll ask what you need. So just being mindful of the critic and what you may have, whatever perspective you've gained, or maybe you've already known it. But in terms of criticizing yourself or holding yourself back because of maybe a mean voice or a voice that is having you question yourself or your gifts, or could be even trusting other people, but it's usually, well, I guess the critic would be more about, you know, yourself, but maybe how you are around other people or something, I don't know. But asking for what you need from your higher self, from your spirit team, that could be, you know, a prayer to the Most High, yeah, whatever comes through. And another thing, if you wanted to write one for each section, I've done that sometimes, is just like, you know, guide me, protect me, comfort me. believe in me. Okay, and when you're ready, turn it over, or you can write it wherever you want. I'm going to turn mine over to write a message. So what you may do is just spend a moment and looking at your image and asking, you know, what message do you have for me, or what do I need to know now, or what am I not seeing? You can, however you want to ask, but just opening up to receive, and pause if you need more time, but we'll take a moment and receive a message. Okay, and if you want to add a date and or label this, you know, so that you remember, you can do that as well. Now for me, one of my takeaways was how this, as I mentioned, this pattern of undervaluing what I've already done, it was a way of really hurting my own feelings. You know, this, it's kind of like the little version, you know, the child or something of saying, no, you got to do it again, it's not good enough, or yeah, it was I think for me though, it was also like something I was already proud of, and then I would look back and say, yeah, I don't know what you saw in that. So it's so mean. So I just want to share that in case that resonates with anyone, and how maybe not that exact thing, but that's something that I'm noticing now that's coming up for me to heal it and transform it, so that I can recognize my the values of what I've created with, you know, as I'm continuing to practice and progress without, you know, dissing what I've already done. I can. So anyway, I hope that's making sense. So thanks for being here. Thanks for doing this work. So grateful for you. And so tomorrow we're going to look at support and feeling like there's no or minimal support, and how that may be impacting you or holding you back. So thanks for watching, and please share in the comments what your takeaway was, or what you got out of it. If you got anything out of it, I'd love to read it and connect with you. So thanks again. Hope to see you tomorrow. Bye for now.